Against a backdrop of increasing terror, assaults and accusations of electoral impropriety, growing apprehensions regarding the fairness of the voting process and the potential formation of a coalition government amid profound political rifts. Amidst expected unrest surrounding the controversial elections, Pakistan is facing a critical juncture marked by political unrest, corruption, dwindling foreign exchange reserves, soaring prices of staple goods and a populace grappling with these challenges. This situation has put the country on the brink of an economic and political unrest. So, of course, lots happening at this point of time. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast is Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for speaking to us on NewsX. I'm going to quickly ask you a question. When will they wake up to their realities and, implement some sort of a plan of action? What should, in fact, be the first step of the newly elected government to resuscitate from the concurrent situation in Pakistan?
Well, I think the newly elected government, Asawari, good morning, first of all. I think it's going to find it very tough because, first of all, it doesn't seem that there's going to be a majority government. It's going to be a minority government. And, a government playing puppet to the army is only going to make things worse because army, for all the good reasons, I'm sure, do not understand economics. And they will find it difficult to catch up with their forex reserves, catch up with their GDP, catch up with their balance of payment, catch up with the trade deficit. All these things require a high level of expertise and experience in governance with full majority of people behind them. But this doesn't seem to be happening. Already Pakistan was in a terrible economic state. Inflation was as high as 30%. Foreign exchange reserves were close to nil. I mean, every time it goes closer to nil, it gets a bailout from IMF. I don't know how long that's going to go for because the lenders know that the money is not going to come back. Well, there is no power. There is an energy crisis. Consumption level is falling. Groceries are not available as easily. And black marketeers and hoarders are making hay over there. Law and order situation is not very good. So none of the factors which contribute to a prospering economy for a normal economy, forget about, I think seem to be in place. It is heading for trouble. I think it's paying the price for being a hub for breeding terrorism. I think if it had Pakistan focused on economy, then probably it would not have reached the state it has today. The neighboring state of J&K, the neighboring union territory of J&K, just had a budget of 1,18,000 crore rupees, whereas Pakistan's bailout is $3 billion. So I think it can very well see where 26, 27 crore population of Pakistan is heading. I really pity the Awam of Pakistan, Asawari, because, it's for no fault of theirs. They are being subjected to this state today by the Hukmran of Pakistan, which is the army, of course. We are now very avidly watching as to what is happening. So all in all, a very sorry state, and I really, really feel bad for the people of Pakistan who are made to go through. And, while all this happens, the rich of Pakistan, the Hukmran of Pakistan, they enjoy a luxurious life. They stay in Europe, they travel to all parts of the world. They have luxury cars, they have luxury houses. Nothing seems to be going amiss from their life. Whereas the rest of the Pakistani population is left to its plight and they are made to vote. I would say they are forced to vote. And all the rigging in election is happening. I think all out efforts are being made to make sure that an army-elected government is in place. I think Pakistan has to succumb to democracy because of the pressure of IMF and World Bank from where it has borrowed, because if army rules directly, all the aid will stop. So I think the lending agencies, I feel, Asabri, must understand that this is not democracy. Democracy is where people are fairly electing their government. If there is an army where the whole world knows, which is playing the strings from behind, I mean, where is the democracy? And I'm very surprised that the lenders close their eyes to believe that there is a democratic process ongoing in Pakistan, which is categorically not the case, Asabri. Over to you.
Right, so absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspectives with our viewers. Meanwhile, still with us on the broadcast is Major Mohammad Ali Shah, defense experts, are proposing the same question to you. What's next as far as the governance of Pakistan is concerned? It's a country that is drowning in debt and liabilities. There's corruption, terrorism, and other major problems. In your assessment, who should be the nodal person to even make an attempt to bring some sort of a solution to these problems?
See, Asawari, the very factors, as Dr. Sharad Kohli rightly said, that, the Awam, the Janta, the public, the normal person in Pakistan, you can see on the screen, in fact, how they're behaving. Poor thing. It is really saddening, because who suffers at the end of the day? It is when the leadership is poor, when in a train, in a bogie, in a train, when the front bogie or the engine itself is weak, we can see the entire train can be jeopardized. Similarly, in Pakistan, there's actually, if you ask me, I will tell you, there's no one. I'll say कि कोई किसी से कम नहीं है, सब एक ही वर्दी के छठे बट्टे हैं. They're all same. Be it Imran Khan, be it Nawaz Sharif, be it Shahbaz Sharif, they're all chhota badmash. So the very fact is, whoever comes to power in Pakistan, whoever, irrespective, is going to make his people suffer ultimately. So there's no one who's clean over there. And this is the state which we are seeing right now on the screen. This is the state of the normal public. When there were floods in Pakistan, it is their leadership. Again, they could have, I'm not saying floods are a national calamity, but when there's a national calamity, there is a way of controlling it. There's a way of dealing with it. When our Prime Minister had just tweeted that he expresses concern for the people of Pakistan, that's his magnanimity. Shahbaz Sharif was the first one to take to Twitter. He was sitting on Twitter waiting for our Prime Minister's tweet to come in, the notification to come in, and he tweeted immediately that we do not wish any help from India. Who offered them help in the first place? We only offered them emotional support, condolences. We only offered them that we feel bad for you. But no, they are the first ones to be self-destructive. So they do not need an external enemy to destroy them. Sorry, they are self-sufficient, they are Atmanirbhar, they are self-reliant, they are on their own. Their Atmanirbharta of being self-destructive. We are self-reliant, they are self-destructive. So that is itself their own. But now, how does it come from? How can they be so self-destructive? Because of their leadership. Their poor leadership. They will guide the way, and the people over there, I'm surprised they were all getting fooled all this while. Now they have started to rise up and stand up against the atrocities on them, against the military, which has ruled the roost over there. In Balochistan, you see people want to reunite with India, in fact, and that's a golden thing. Whether India should accept them or not, that's a different story altogether. But the very fact is, there is trouble happening in Pakistan. They are civil war in Sindh province of Pakistan just last year. An IG, a serving IG, was picked up by the Pakistan military from a hotel room. Never heard of such a thing happening anywhere else. So the very fact is, there is going to be more trouble, I see. Unfortunately, I see more trouble for Pakistan because there is no firm leadership to hold the reins and guide them the right way, Asawari.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.